Wow, what a fantastic environment to wake up to. I'm on Chang, and I've been here now over 7 weeks in relative isolation as I bring my family away to try and escape what was happening with the pandemic. But interestingly, I've made some incredible learnings over this period of time, and I've been building a list. The first thing is inland is over there, and that body of water that separates you from the rest of the world mentally also detaches you, and there's a feeling of calmness and complete escapism being on this island. The other thing, and the observation could be in fact incorrect, but it's what I've seen, is those working expats here that are living on this island seem far more chilled and content with their life. And I said to my wife, why is it? Is it true? You know, we come from Pattaya and we spend a lot of time in Bangkok, and there it's a much more faster pace of life, and I think the balance is a little bit different. My wife seems to think that those who are here on the island have got their finances in check and they're used to living a certain lifestyle that perhaps doesn't break the bank, which does happen a little bit in Bangkok. I'm going to read off this list. Another thing actually is I've spent most of my time on this island wearing just a pair of shorts. My laundry has been next to nothing. The only time I put a t-shirt or shirt on is when I go onto a Zoom or Skype conference call, because I don't want people looking at me like this. And another thing I've noticed from the conference calls is previously when I was having business meetings and I was at home, I wouldn't want the kids in the background. Somehow that would not be professional. But in these strange times, and I found it works with the customer as well, there's this kind of level of acceptance that, look, we are at home, our family's here, look, you can see my laundry hanging behind me and my kids, and guys, no one seems to like to shave now they're not actually coming into an office. So I expect when it all goes back to some kind of normality, less hair growth. So I'm going to read here as well some other things. I think I was spending too much money eating out in restaurants before. So one of my changing behaviours could be my family and I spend more time indoors cooking dinner and saving some money so we can use it to come to fantastic places like this in the future for holiday. I also think my family and I killed too much time trying to keep busy when we didn't need to be. So at the weekends, rather than just sitting indoors or going and sitting on the beach and chilling out, we would make ourselves busy. We would go to the shopping malls, we would go somewhere to buy things, when in fact it's much nicer just to live a much more simple life. I'm also grateful that I travelled a lot pre-COVID. In fact, I was always on the move, and once you're forced to restrict your movement, I mean, yes, Chang is beautiful, but I've been here 7 weeks now, and there is a touch of Groundhog Day every day with my very set routine, and only so much I feel I can do. So my learning is, make sure when this does get back to some kind of normality, you make every minute count and travel the world. That's my view. Anyway, also I'm very happy I'm in Thailand and not back in my domestic country like the UK. It seems the virus is really taking a grip, and talking to my friends and family, they are in lockdown and they're not enjoying it. Here, stunning beauty every day, and here I am on the beach. I've also got a greater appreciation for the natural beauty around me. With time means I can really enjoy taking in the moment rather than being on that rush mentality that I was before. I've enjoyed sitting outside watching a thunderstorm, watching the sunrise at 6 in the morning, watching the sunset and the sky change colour with all these marvellous reds, listening to the birds, walking down the beach. These basic privileges we have around us, I'm far more aware of, and that is thanks to this lockdown. I'm also aware of the uncertainty to life. We can take every day for granted, and it took something like this to remind all of us of the unpredictability and uncertainty in life, and the need to make it always count. We don't know what's around the corner, and if this can happen now, it can happen again. And what else could happen that we haven't planned for? I also think life can be lived more simply, to live a more content life. I have really enjoyed every moment. Even though sometimes I've had to touch a Groundhog Day, I have not got tired of living on this island for one moment. So I think as humans, whether it's through the free market and commercialism and marketing, but we overcomplicate our very simple life. And I've got one more here, is I've learned that you can work remotely. And I bet there might be some changing behaviours and consequences to this, where we see some big offices maybe in big cities like London and Paris that decide they can close their offices more, people can work from home. We have the technology now in Zoom and conference calling to stay connected. In fact, I've never been more connected. It kind of feels ironic because I'm in front of my computer in contact with everyone on a daily basis. Whereas when you go to the office and meetings, you lose time from traveling. So it's more efficient and productive. Here I'm here on this amazing island. So that's what I've learned, which is quite extensive. I'm sure I've spoken for over 4 minutes, and my poor wife's been videoing this, so her arm might be aching. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm done about Thailand. I'm Coach Chang. They're my learnings. I'll be really keen to find out what you've learned. So add some comments, and I'll see you soon.